You think you've healed is good, but not scroll stopping enough. Right now, your jaw might be tight, your shoulders slightly raised, your breath just a little too shallow. You didn't notice, you never notice, because this is just how you exist. And that's the problem. You're the one who says I'm fine before anyone even asks. The one who achieves, pushes, performs, and still feels empty at the end of the day. Maybe you're the overachiever who can't slow down, or the caretaker who gives everything and asks for nothing, or the funny one who laughs through every crisis so nobody ever sees how much you're actually carrying. That's not your personality, that's your protection. And somewhere deep inside, you already know the difference. Here's what neuroscience actually says about this. When safety isn't consistent growing up, your brain learns one rule: stay alert, brace for impact, emotionally, physically, or psychologically. Your brain builds what's called a threat response loop. Your nervous system learns one rule: stay alert, brace for impact, don't need too much. And here's the part most people never figure out. That loop doesn't turn off when the danger is gone. It keeps running, quietly, in the background. Every single day, most people live their entire life inside that loop without ever knowing it exists. But here's where it gets strange. The moment you start to heal, the moment things actually begin to feel safer, that's when your body panics the most. And what I'm about to say might make you uncomfortable. The self you've been protecting, the driven, never stop, always achieve version of you, that's not the real you. And this next part changes everything. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now here's the part about relationships that most people are completely unprepared for. Think about it. Every accomplishment you chased, was it because you wanted it, or because some quiet voice inside said, if I stop, I'll fall apart? That voice isn't ambition. You're mourning the false self that worked overtime to keep you safe. You built an identity around never needing, never resting, never asking, never breaking. And for a long time, that armor saved you. But saving yourself from pain over and over at the cost of yourself, that's not living, that's surviving. Yeah, there's a phase in healing nobody prepares you for. Your old self, the one who pushed through everything, starts to crack. And underneath, there's silence, emptiness, a confusing, terrifying kind of stillness. You're not depressed exactly. You're not okay exactly. You're just between. This is what therapists call being between structures. The old identity is dissolving. The new one hasn't arrived yet. And most people, right here, panic. They rush back to who they were. They force productivity. They numb out because the silence feels like failure. But it's not failure. It's grief. You're mourning the false self that worked overtime to keep you safe. And that grief is the most honest thing you felt in years. Your shoulders are tense right now, aren't they? Not because something dangerous is happening, but because something used to be. That's called procedural memory. It doesn't live in your thoughts. It lives in your body, in your posture, your breath. The way you flinch when someone raises their voice, the way you shrink when someone needs too much. This isn't a flaw. This is literally your brain doing its job. The problem is, the job never got canceled. And here's what nobody tells you. Healing doesn't start with insight. It doesn't start with journaling or affirmations. It starts with experience. Safe, repeated, gentle experience. Moments where you stay and nothing bad happens. Moments where you speak and you're not punished for it. Moments where someone is kind and you let yourself receive it. Your body takes notes every single time. Oh, this is safe. I can exhale here. That's not a breakthrough, that's a repetition. And repetition is how the nervous system rewrites its rules. Now here's the part about relationships that most people are completely unprepared for. If you grew up where love was unpredictable, where connection came with chaos, where care always had a hidden cost, your nervous system learned something brutal. Calm is suspicious. Consistency is boring. Real love feels like intensity. So when someone steady shows up, someone kind, patient, safe, your first reaction isn't relief, it's suspicion. What's the catch? This can't be real. Why aren't they leaving? And you either push them away or you self-sabotage until they go. That's not you being broken. That's your body following its old rules. Rules that made sense once. Rules that are destroying your chances at real connection now. The only way to rewrite them? Small, safe practice. Letting someone stay. Receiving without deflecting. Speaking honestly, even when it risks something. Every time you do that, your body updates its files. Peace is allowed here. I don't have to fight for this. I'm allowed to be loved without earning it. You're not behind. You were running a race that was never yours. You didn't miss anything. You were surviving. And surviving takes everything you have. This isn't a flaw. This is your brain doing exactly what it learned to do. The problem is the job never got canceled. That's not you being damaged. That's your body following its old rules. And old rules can be rewritten. You are not broken. You adapted to an environment that demanded you disappear, to people who couldn't handle your needs, to a world that rewarded your performance and punished your softness. You adapted perfectly. And now you're in a different world. One where softness is allowed, where needs are normal, where you don't have to earn your place in the room. You're not behind. You were running a different race, one that was never yours to run. And now, you get to choose a different direction. Here's what healing actually looks like. It's not a breakthrough moment. It's not a sudden confidence. It's not waking up one day and feeling whole. It's one small choice. Today, rest when every instinct tells you to push. Speak when every instinct tells you to hide. Stay when every instinct tells you to run. That's it. That's the entire practice. And every time you make that choice, your nervous system takes note. Oh, I survived softness. Oh, I survived honesty. Oh, I survived being known. And slowly, the armor gets lighter. Not because you forced it off, but because you finally felt safe enough to put it down. That is real healing, quiet, unglamorous, transformative. Now, if this resonated with you, there's something you need to understand next, because most people who carry this kind of armor don't just struggle with themselves, they struggle with who they keep choosing, why you're drawn to emotionally unavailable people, why stability feels boring and chaos feels like love, why the people who are actually good for you never seem to stay. I broke that down completely in my next video. And once you watch it, you'll never look at your relationship patterns the same way again. Watch it next. It's already waiting for you.